Hey, you guys, thanks for joining me today. Remember, I told you I'm working on my mom's apartment again, so most of my vlogs for now will be from here, unless I'm cooking or I can do something at home. Okay, so please bear with me. So, let's see. Let me show you some of the stuff I did. Yes, it's still kind of messy, but I got a lot done, so let me show you. See, again, all the walls are painted. I just have to touch up the top part. See, and maybe just paint the door. It came out pretty good. So now what I'm doing is, oh, I just put some Comet in the shower. But you see, we had this horrible green. You can't really see. It's like a light green, seafoam green, and it's really ugly. Oh, there, you can see it. So I'm painting it the rest of the to match the rest of the house. Yes, I sprayed a little bit of the medicine cabinet so it looks better. And of course, I've got to change all these outlets. Yeah. I mean the switch plates. Yeah, the outside. So it's not bad. So this room is practically done. I just got to touch up the top just a little bit more, except the fans. Oh my God! When we took the tape off, took the thing off. But my friend said I can order new ones. It's only like $11 for a set. Or I'm gonna see if when I take it off, if there's another color on the back side. So good idea. And today, so I'm just touching up the closets. Yeah, painting the closets so they match the rest of the house and look refreshed. Okay. Oh, it's a beautiful day again in paradise. It is a little bit chilly for us in the 70s. Yeah, right. Those of you on the mainland, I knew you laughing. Wow, look, that building's getting higher. We should pay attention to this. So let's see. That. I wonder if that's gonna. So noisy, but I'm gonna miss this place. It was so convenient. Oh, I loved it. I love living here. You don't need a car. That's one thing about town. You don't need a car, and in town you can't gain weight because you just walk everywhere and you get used to walking everywhere. And I think that's what keeps you healthy, you know. This room is practically done. I just gotta take the thing off the fan. Yes, it's done. Oh, just gotta clean, so everything clean. Carpet's gonna come in. I put the plates back on, see? Oh God, it's so dark, yeah. You know what, I put tint on the windows because this afternoon sun, the Eva sun is like the worst sun, you know, the strongest sun in the afternoon. All right, so this is the bathroom. The master, and then the closet is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Oh, maybe I should just take off those fixtures and clean it up. So it's coming out nice. Wait till the carpet comes in, guys. When the carpet comes in, that's when it's all gonna come together, and the flooring. So those cabinets, I just gotta kind of sand them a little bit. I bought cute little fixtures, I mean the knobs for that. Wait till I show you the knobs I picked up on Amazon. They're so cute. But I'm just making everything pretty white and simple because, hey, you guys see me. Because I figure, you know, that way they can decide what they want to do. Okay, before up there was like a box thing. Okay, and that's the little mini bathroom. And this week, oh God, I bought a respirator, so yep, I'm gonna redo these showers, or restore it because it looks like crap. Yeah, I know, you guys. Old, you know, this place is like in the 70s. I mean, for a building that's quite old here. I remember once the carpet guy, not the carpet guy, a curtain guy told me when he was putting stuff in my house, the curtains, he said this place was the hardest concrete. So it's time for lunch. Oh my God, this is Honolulu for you. Noisy, noisy. You hear that? And that's not me doing construction. So I'm sitting here on the floor and it's time to eat, and as you can see, I look terrible, but I love it. I love it, love it, love it. So I had to get some food at Don Quixote so I could eat something today because I left a little bit early to come here, and I had to get my mom some Calais eggs anyway. So I grabbed some stuff that I could just eat real quick. So I bought soybeans so I could pick on that and take the rest home. See, soybeans, these are great, guys. And just, I like cold fried chicken. I know, guys, but so it's only $3.92, and the soybeans was only $2.57. So that's not so bad, is it? So here's my chicken. It's kind of bum. I think I ate too much carbs. I think I cheated twice this week because I was trying to do an ASMR video, but it failed. My microphone thing just wasn't working because I got a new mic, but I really don't know what I'm doing yet, and so I started practicing. And then the second time, I thought I was doing good, but I ended up spilling the juice, and my mom started putting dishes away that you could hear. It was so loud in the house, it was banging, and it just ruined everything. I don't think it's that good. Oh wow, I'm disappointed. What is that? That's not a fried chicken. I don't know what this is. This was inside my fried chicken. I don't think that's fried chicken. It's like a fritter or something. Why do we keep eating fritters? So, oh my god. So noisy. I just can't help it. So you guys, it's very fun, you know, for me to do construction like this. Well, not really construction, but little kind of remodeling work. It's fun. And you know, at least here, I get peace and quiet and no one's telling me what to do. At home, you know, everyone's telling me what to do, and I never have any peace and quiet. I never get a chance to be alone, you know? I love these. Do you guys have these? Do you guys like these? Soybean. You got it boiled or steamed. And yeah, it's the inside. I love this. I think they're high in protein. So, oh, these are good when they a big city diner. They cook it with the shoyu and the garlic and stuff. Oh, my favorite. A little bit about this area that my mom's condo is in. No, I'm not trying to advertise my condo online. Yeah, no, I have a realtor, so don't worry. I'm sure it's gonna do pretty well. I'm hoping that the location, because they're gonna build the rail thing right over there. The rail thing is gonna be right down the street, right by the convention center, from my understanding. I just think this place, you guys, what's so wonderful, what I'm gonna miss, is Don Quixote is right across the street. You got Palama Market 2 blocks down. You got Walmart right down there on that main road. Ala Moana Shopping Center, the main mall. You can go everywhere from here. Ward, Waikiki, the bus line is all in all directions. It's practically, this is the best place to take it. Yes. So if you are moving to Hawaii, Oahu, the island of Oahu, and you don't really know anything about this island, let me tell you something about this island, okay? You're gonna have Honolulu, where there's Waikiki, Ala Moana Shopping Center, Kaimuki, Manoa, let me see, Makiki, did I say Makiki? University, Kalihi. That's Honolulu, okay? But Waikiki is quite expensive. Waikiki is tourists, a lot of tourists. There's so much noises here, right? A lot of transplants, I think, move into Waikiki, or in Honolulu. We have a lot of students, A lot of students live in this area because it's convenient. You don't need a car. But Honolulu is an easy, convenient place when you can, everything you can walk to if you live in this area. So if you're looking for someplace convenient where you don't need to use a car, look to live in the Ala Moana area. That's what I would say. You're not really in Waikiki, it's too loud and all the tourists are there. But more, I recommend this area near the Don Quixote or Ala Moana. I think it gets more expensive when you get to those really fancy condominiums, because some of those condominiums actually have like theaters, I heard, you know, or like they have rec rooms, and it's really nice. They just cater to they don't even have to leave the building, right? I mean, but you pay hefty maintenance. That's one thing. It's very expensive in Honolulu. Like this apartment, these are going for the decent ones, the really nice ones, I guess, are like high fours. And this is an old building, old. Run down, I think, would be like low fours, but I'm hoping I can at least get the medium fours, you know, that's what I'm hoping for. Yeah, because of location. It's like any city, you know, the inventory is low, right? But you want location. You save money by living here by not needing a car. I have one parking stall. You don't need a car, but you can walk everywhere, right? Convenient. Oh, and there's a Target right there. Target, Walmart, everything, every kind of food you want is in this area. Name it, it's probably here. Vietnamese, we got it. Thai, we got it. Japanese, you got it. Chinese, they have it. And everything's walkable. Oh, Indian, Peruvian, right over there. I mean, they have everything. I swear to God, it's amazing. And so just think about that. The nice side, the west side, you know, where they have like the kapolei and stuff, those are really nice too. But if you're working in Honolulu, I don't know if you want to live that far out. Because my husband, when he first moved here, you know, he's government. He used to be military too. So he bought in Mililani. But he said if he knew, he don't know if he would have moved all the way to Mililani because it was quite far. Like if you're single, I don't know if you want to live way out there because that's a little boony unless you're working out there. But if you want to do things and go out and go drinking and see your friends, Honolulu is probably a better place to live, city, yeah. Because it can get expensive, sure, got Uber, but you know. And where I live in Hawaii Kai. It takes probably about 45 minutes on a busy day. If it's empty and stuff, I can get there like in 20 minutes, but it's more going to the east side of the island, yeah? So again, this area, you guys, it's really, really convenient. There's everything around here with everything you want to eat around here, which is absolutely dangerous, but it's convenient. So Shinchan, when he came to Hawaii during the holidays, we went to eat at this place called Songong-dong. And it's located right across Niki Drive, at the same building as Niki Drive-in, but it's kind of on the outside of the building. But you can park in the same parking lot as Niki Drive-in. Thank you.
Thank you. So you want me to crack the egg? Get that ready.
Cool, huh? It is one of my favorite Korean food, and they have a really, really, really good place here. But really check it out. It's not super fancy, but it's so good. And we got it with the fish combo. Oishi. Delicious, right on. They have really good bachan. Everything was so good. The little side dishes, yeah. Well, I was thinking it was like 19, I think I was like, I wasn't even 21, and my ex-husband and I, we were just boyfriend, girlfriend back then. We bought a townhome, our first townhome in Eva Beach. That's right. It was really cheap. It was only $118,000. But it was a lottery, not a lottery, but we had to like go early. First come, first serve. And you can pick your lot and everything. But but you have to come with like a deposit of like 10 grand or something to hold your spot. And we're so young, we're only like 19 or 20. Again, I can't remember, 19, 20, around there. I was pretty young. And my ex and I, sorry, his name is Scott, well, I just said Scott. What was great was his mother was such a great influence in my life. My mother-in-law, my old mother-in-law, my ex-mother-in-law, my friend Pat. I just love her so much. I mean, she taught me so much things, you know, because I'm Japanese. I didn't know a lot of the Western things, and I don't know, just learned a lot from her. I learned a lot of affection, Japanese style. You know, you guys know, we don't do PDA. I mean, maybe they do now, the younger people, but you know, usually we don't. We don't touchy, feely, be emotional creatures, right? But their family was very warm. So anyway, my Pat, you know, she told us, me and my ex, you know, don't pay other people's rent. She used to always tell us that. You know, one day, you know, you want to save your money and maybe put it down and go get something. And back then things weren't like super expensive, but of course you didn't get paid that much either, especially when we're like 17, 18, just out of high school. We met right out of high school. He was 1 year older than me, but right out of high school. And so anyway, we bought this place in Eva Beach. It was called Palm Villa. It was, yeah, you guys, it was the Palm Villa 1. The only thing they had in Eva Beach back then, they didn't have no Second City, there was no Kapolei, there was no Waikele. Waipahu wasn't super nice. Back then it was more industrial looking, kind of like old. Everything looked old, like country style back then. Had all sugarcane fields in Eva Beach. Fort Weaver Road wasn't paved so nice, and it wasn't that wide, you know. I'm so sorry, let me close this window. It's so annoying. So anyway, we moved to Eva Beach, and we bought our first, and it was great because it was brand new, you guys. The only hard thing was, it was so far from Honolulu. You know, back then, it wasn't something people did. Most people, if you worked in town, usually just live in town. Everything wasn't that expensive, you know, back then. So we bought our first townhome at 118. I remember our mortgage. We only put like 30,000 down. You know, we saved our money. My ex and I, we were frugal. We didn't like go out, party. If we didn't really go movies. I worked at a video store, you know, so we had, no, I didn't work at a video store, but I think I was a travel agent at that time. But we just were like frugal. To which movies, we watched it like free, like a video. We probably used a cable box back then that you're not supposed to too. I think everybody do, you know, back then with the antenna, I think. And then, so anyway, we lived out there for a couple years. And then I think about 20, I got married at 23. So after I got married, Pat, she just so happened to come across a fax back then at her job. And she was so good about real estate. Hardworking single mom, but she was smart. She owned the apartment, she had apartments and everything, because she always thought of investing. She liked that kind of thing. It was her thing. She thought about it all the time. You know, if it was old, she'd be over there. She's doing what I did. I follow what she did. I kind of, because I watched what she did, I think it, you know, made me see what I could do as a woman, you know. My mom was always too busy working, so it was nice seeing a woman who was that kind of a role model to me, that I can actually do that kind of stuff and still be a woman. I mean, she was a flight attendant, you know, after. She worked at the airline. First she was at the counter, a manager at the counter at a Continental back in the day, Continental, before it became Continental Micronesia. Then after that, she became a DPS on a flight at Continental. And a flight attendant, yet she was painting and doing all this stuff that I'm doing. So she's actually the one, you know, my, how would you say, my idol, yeah. I've always admired her. So anyway, we lived over there a couple years, and then at her job, sorry, I always get sidetracked. No wonder Brian always goes, blah, 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 blah. So she found this list of this guy this company who had a whole bunch of properties. And I guess they were gonna go bankrupt. And on that list, there was one house. Everything was like condominiums and so forth. So one was a house. and it was right on the marina in Hawaii. It was on the, you guys know, it was on Spinnaker Isle. If those of you who are familiar, it was Spinnaker Isle. And when we first moved over there, well, actually, we wanted it really bad, but we still had our townhome, so we needed to sit. And this is, you know, we were only like 23, 24. We were kick butt, my ex and I. We were really ambitious. Both not college educated. I mean, I went to some like medical coding certification at the most, but nope, just never finished college. But, you know, we both were really into something else. We wanted something else. So we're the type who used to, like when they had the new development in Ewa Beach, like the arbors and stuff, we would sit there all night for roll call every hour just to try and bid on something. That's how much, while other people were partying and going to the movies, disco, we didn't do that kind of stuff. So then we bought that house. But so we had to, our realtor rented our townhome till we sold it, and because back then you could get loans like just interest only loans, like really quick, you know, you didn't have to qualify for all these things that you have to now. It was amazing. I mean, you could get a loan really easy back then. I forgot what the term was, but there's a term, some kind of income, was it? Stated income, I think. So we borrowed like 50 grand to put on this house in Hawaii on the marina, you guys. That was gorgeous. It's like a little private island like thing. And just a strip, 2 little islands. And it was so nice. But the house was plain and stuff like that. So from there, we just got so lucky where somehow my mother-in-law ended up living with us because, you know, she got divorced from husband too. So she lived with us. And my son was born. And then a guy came to fix our place. Just happened to be my new father-in-law, Alvin, who fell in love with my mother-in-law, and just everything wonderful. While he was fixing our home, we fixed that home into a beautiful 2-story home with a swimming pool and everything. And we got lucky because that guy, Alvin, who ended up marrying the mother-in-law, when he first came, he was interested in building us a pool because he was interested in my ex-husband's 55 Chevy he had. So somehow, sorry, but that contractor, Alvin, he knew my real father-in-law, my ex's dad. He knew him from back in the car days. Yeah, they all like hot rod their cars, you know, in Kailua and stuff like that. It's okay. How can I look gorgeous, yeah, when I'm doing this, right? That'd be ridiculous. So anyway, what we did was, so Alvin did our pool, and we gave him that money and the pool in exchange for him building our swimming pool. So the car and some money for the pool. And from then, that's when he just kept working at our place and fell in love with my mother-in-law because she lived with us while she was going through a divorce, taking care of my son after. And they've been together ever since, 25 years. That's wonderful. And so, you know, from there, my ex and I would start having problems, you know. It was expensive, the house. How could 20-something-year-olds afford a house like that, you know? So we over-exceeded, you know. So anyway, we even had 2 homestay students. So to make a long story short, at 20-something-year-olds, I actually had 2 homestay students and a Japanese lady who was renting a room down the hall, who rented that room. I had a Japanese lady, I had a nurse once. Upstairs, I had the homestay students, and that was really exhausting because you got to cook for them and be their parent, host parent. Oh, that was so hard. And then so we ended up renting it to 2 guys. Anyway, they eventually, my ex and I, you know, because that kind of stuff causes a lot of stress. We had a home, we had a loan, we had a second loan because my mom wanted to live upstairs, so we built upstairs, and we got into a fight, and she came all the way home. She and I used to always fight. And so anyway, so we had our issues, and so we sold it, and we were renting one of my mother-in-law's old house, so we rented that, and we just weren't doing too well, my ex and I. It was just terrible. And then I found out something was going on, so, you know, I divorced him. Yeah, I divorced him. But the wonderful thing about him, even though, you know, we went through, it was hard. I mean, We just spent way too much money or expected way too much out of ourselves, way too young, too fast. And that's kind of hard when you do that. I mean, we never spent any time together. It was just exhausting. He worked double shift. It was like I worked days, he worked night. We're just high-fiving each other on the way out the door. Yeah, that wasn't a good thing. But, you know, we were young. We were young. Here, this is Honolulu. Yep. Fire station right across the street, always busy, someone screaming, yelling, had a fire there one time. I mean, it's just crazy. So that happened. So, but you know what's great about my ex-husband? He made sure I had a place to live. So he found we both saw a house on the top of Mariners Ridge in Hawaii Kai that was a foreclosure that was really busted up. And I fell in love with it, but they wanted so much at the auction that I couldn't afford it. And so, my ex somehow contacted well, what happened was the commissioner had died or something. This was a while ago, 20 years ago. And then so somehow a realtor named Gary, I remember, ended up taking care of that for the state. And then my ex somehow contacted him, who ended up contacting the Bank of New Mexico, who owned that property, because it was a foreclosure from some Japanese investor. This is when the Japanese bought a whole bunch of places in Honolulu and then just dumped it, you know. After a while, they bought it, made the market go crazy, and then a lot of them dumped it. And that was one they dumped because I think they sold it for $1 million before or something. And then they just kind of, I don't know, just got wasted. It was a lot of work. But anyway, so we got that place really good. It was leasehold. We even had to get the land from Bishop Estate and stuff like that. We did. But he helped me get all that. You know, and I negotiated, I think, pretty well. I only offered $212,000 for the whole house, not including the land. We got the land after, and I got it. He got it for me. He helped me get it. So he helped me a lot, you know, and it was so nice. He even gave me a nice. Okay, well, we're not gonna talk about that. So anyway, from there, so I moved into the pink house. I call it the Mini Royal Hawaiian Hotel. It was a beautiful pink house on the top of the mountain. If I have a picture, I will include it so you can see it. It was really, really nice. So me and the boys lived there while we were going through our things. And that was the best thing because I was heartbroken. Don't get me wrong. I loved my ex-husband a lot, but I loved myself more and my kids more. So I am the type of person who kind of have to move forward. You know, it is what it is, but you know, I think I'm pretty groomed to maybe deal with crap like that. So him and I, we just ended up becoming really good friends. You know, we care about each other and stuff like that. So, but later down the road, I figured that house was just too much for us. We had a lot of stairs. My kids always nagged. It was just so hard to maintain for just myself. So I sold it, and I bought a townhome, the one that I lived in Mariners Village 3. That one was good because I lived there a couple years, me and the boys. There's a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bathroom, 2-story, beautiful view, Cocoa Head, right in front of my bedroom window. Gorgeous. I had so much fun living there in my single life. Nice. I had such a nice time there. I love that place. And then Brian I eventually met and stuff like that. And, you know, it was kind of small. And I'm sure Brian wanted something where he felt like he was a part of not just me. And that's why we live where we live now. Right. So I used what I made for that to put down on this house and stuff like that. Yes. But this apartment, this is the apartment that I'm working on. This is my mom's one. And yeah, I took it over, the work and everything, and start maintaining it probably 15 years ago. For my mom, all the paperwork. I got a loan and gave her money to, to take care of it and everything, you know. So when we sell that, I'll take that back, you know. Whatever I gave, I'll just take that back and pay back myself, you know, and stuff. So it's not too bad, you know, but it's fun. So I know my story is really long, you know, really, really long. But now, you know, so I really enjoy fixing things, even though it's very hard. I learned a lot. I learned a lot over the years of all these homes. I learned a lot. I think the saddest part is I don't think I completed anything though, any of them. But it doesn't really matter.
One thing I do is I don't really get attached to a home though. I do love the home I live in now. Although it could use a change in having upstairs and stuff, but I'm trying not to think like that. I really want it upstairs. I want it upstairs with a golf course view. Right now I see nothing. We could have a nice view if I had an upstairs. But, oh well. Probably not a possibility at my age already, you know? Yeah. So anyway, I gotta get back to work. You guys, thanks for keeping me company during my lunch. The chicken's a little bit boring. I really don't understand where this came from in my fried chicken pack. So I'm just basically eating the soybeans because it's the easiest to eat. Whenever my hand's dirty, I'm just touching the outside, you know. So I will see you guys later. I'll talk to you guys later. Okay. Have a good weekend. The weekend is coming up, and be safe. Be safe, and you know where I'll be. Yeah, working again. Wish me luck. Wish me luck. All right. Love you guys. And I will talk to you later. Toodaloo.